Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Weight with Jazz. This is a safe place for those who are obese, overweight, or those who just want to lose some weight. Okay, and this is a place where I share my weight loss journey. You know, my struggles, um, my goals, and everything else. So that said, let's get into it. This video is about what to do when the food noise comes back if you're on GLP1 medication. If you're, and specifically if you're on FDA approved GLP1 medication, such as Zepbound, Manjaro. Those two are by Eli Lilly, and one is geared towards diabetes, and the other one is geared towards weight loss. If you're on Ozempic, or Wegovy, which they have the same component, but one is geared towards diabetes with the side effect of weight loss, which is Ozempic, and then you got Wegovy, which is specifically geared towards weight loss. And then also for those who are on the compounds, semaglutide and tirzepatide can take away from this as well. But I'm definitely targeting those who are on this FDA approved medication. And you take the injections every week. It's a lot is being said that people are hearing food noises. They're coming back. The medication may not be as intense as it was. The first few days, it starts losing its potency, possibly, you know, towards the end. And people are getting the aggressive food noise, which is like thoughts and food chatter, prompting you to want to eat if you really are still satiated. Snacking, to me, that's what I equate that to. I equate that to like snack chatter, because I feel like the physical food thoughts come through grumbling of the stomach. You hear that, you feel that, and you hear it. The chatter mentally, that starts to come when you just want to snack. You want to eat more than you should eat. And this is how I perceive it based on my experience. I'm currently on Zepbound medication, which is Tirzepatide. And I experienced the appetite suppression, as well as the suppression of the snack chatter. For me, I really need the snack chatter suppression. I have always, you know, since I've been in this weight loss journey, on this weight loss journey, when I was overweight, extremely obese at 284 pounds, and then I got down to 175 before this medication that I'm on now to move forward and lose my last, 40 pounds, get to my BMI weight according to my height and my frame. When I was initially had lost all the weight, I was restricting. I did OMAD, 1 meal a day, which is what I currently still do now. 1 meal a day, give or take maybe a couple of days out the week, depending on how I feel. I maybe do two meals a day. So it's really based off my body, how the medication is suppressing, but as long as I make sure I'm hitting the protein, or trying to hit the protein numbers as best as I can, and just so I can get the overall nutrients. But anyway, going back, I digress. When I was just doing it without the medication, I was just always restricting. But I always had a problem in the evening because I want to snack. That chat comes in, and I'm not really hungry, but it's like a misperceived snack hunger, and most of the time I give in, and that's when I slip. I go backwards. When you snack, you end up taking in way more calories you need to take in. Cheez-Its are my thing. They're baked, yes, but they're high in carb. It's still, it's still fat at the end of the day, and it's carb rich. And you like 27 calories, 27 crackers is 150 calories, and then you get the amount of carbs. You know how easy it is to double that, triple that amount? Reach your hand in the box of Cheez-Its and pull out some Cheez-Its, okay? More than likely, you probably have maybe 10 crackers short of 27, or you may have 27 crackers in your hand or whatever, but you're going to eat more than one handful, and you done got 300 calories already. So it's like doing that, and you watching, movies and stuff like that, and you're doing this on a regular basis every day, every evening, because you're a person who likes to have a snack, a savory snack and a sweet snack, and maybe sometimes you go overboard and have more than the serving recommended, and it adds up every day. And if your exercising is not on point to counter those calories, and you're not eating the way you should, and your basic solid meals, you're gonna start gaining the weight back, or you're gonna get into a stall, a plateau where maybe you're not gaining, but you're not losing. And that's what I will always be in. Okay, so this medication to me really, really is awesome, because it really suppresses the snack chatter through the mimicking of the hormones, okay, to suppress the gastric tract. So what are possible solutions to the food chatter coming back while you're on one of these medications, such as Zepbound, Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, and all that? One, before you even do this, actually, let me suggest this. Experiment with the injection site. That's an option to try first before considering upping the dose, because that's definitely one in the selection of options. But first, talk to your physician, experiment with the injection rotation. So Eli Lilly says in the manual of Zepbound that you have 3 sites that you can rotate. But you can use whichever site that is more comfortable for you, and that's what's listed in the manual. So you have the stomach area, this circle area, right around the belly button, and not in it, around here. You have the top of your thighs as an option, so that's the second, and then you have the back of your arm. There is recommended that someone assist you injecting the back of your arm, as well as your thigh. But you can also do your thigh yourself, but I can see where you could need somebody to assist you with this. I prefer to use my stomach. To me, that's where most of my visceral fat is. I have a lot of jiggles here, so to me, I like the effect, whatever. If I do choose to rotate it, I will rotate it for a solid 4 weeks straight in the same site. And then if I switch it again, I will switch it, the site to my leg, it will be for 4 weeks. I switch it to my arm, it will be for 4 weeks. I would try to do it like that, rather than, for me personally, but do what's best for you, rather than me switching back and forth from stomach, thigh, arm within 1 month. I kind of just like to stay consistent with one injection site area, if I can. That's just me, but like I said, do what's best for you. But that is an option to consider, because some people say that they get stronger appetite suppression in different sites. So you gotta, just test it and monitor yourself and see if it's more appetite suppressive for you, to what you need, so that you don't hear those food chatters as much. You want to kind of deaden those out. Also look at what you are intaking. Your intake, your lifestyle, eating habits. You should have a certain way of eating specifically on this medication too, if you want to reap the benefits. Preferably, it's high protein, low carb, high fat. I would suggest keto. I'm pescatarian keto. So I do the fish, and I do, the beans, and the soy as the high protein and all that. You still got to be cognizant. The beans are carbs. So just whatever works for you, but make sure you get they're higher carbs, I would say, but make sure you get as much protein as you need within the day, because that helps satiate the body, nutrient, give the body the nutrients it needs in general to sustain. And then remember, you're losing weight. You know, you want to retain muscle, so you still want to be toned. You don't want to just drop weight and be loose. Even, I mean, I'm not going to say that because sometimes that's inevitable depending on how large you are. I have loose skin and all that because I was very, very much larger than I am now. So, but even with that, incorporating that protein and the toning, exercising, daily activity, you can kind of counter some of that, and you know, and kind of retain your skin elasticity. You know what I mean? The tighten it, not have so much looseness, even though we're going to have some loose skin, but we can, like, you know, do things to counter that, do toning lotions, but just physically do exercise. That toning component is important through weight resistant training and weightlifting. So if you're incorporating that as well as your eating lifestyle, and you should see seeing results and more silencing of the food chatter. So that's just my assessment with it. For me, it's like, okay, let's see here, okay, am I eating enough protein so that protein and fiber, they work hand in hand too, you know. Protein fills me up, even if for some reason, even if it's less fiber, like just making sure I have enough protein, I'm full, and I'm of course full longer because protein takes longer to digest. And then on the medication, you know, it specifically retains your food longer so that you feel full longer. So it's, you know, slowing down a digestive tract. So if you make sure you're hitting all those points, those points, the protein consumption and activity, physical activity, you should have the results consistent. And then you should have the elimination of the food noises. If that's not the case, bam, possibly titrate, which is increase the dose, talk to your doctor, and that may be what you need to do. Because if you know you're hitting everything else, then okay, well, let's increase the dose and then continue to hit everything else. I don't want people to just, you know, have over expectations with this medication, based on everybody's stories. Oh, I'm losing 40 pounds in the first 2 weeks. The first week I lost 30 pounds. And there's just so many stories, you know, that are unique to each individual's weight capacity and all that, that people are now expecting this, you know, every individual expecting to get rapid weight loss within the first 2 weeks. And really, this is supposed to kind of be like a long-term medication treatment, and coupled with other lifestyle factors, and then you reap the reward. You know, it's not sole dependence on just the drug working by itself. It can do appetite suppression. Then after that, after a point, your body does become so codependent on it, it may lose some of its potency, especially if you're not really incorporating the other factors as well, the lifestyle factors. But before just assuming that, you hit everything else, and this medication is still not suppressing the weight in both areas it needs to, here and here, possibly see if you need to increase the dose. So that's my suggestion on that. But at the end of the day, also remember, you still should exercise willpower. So regardless, even if your dose is increased and then the food noise comes back, you just need to realize that you can't exclude the power of the mind naturally. You need to try to use your willpower to restrict yourself. Like, we need to take accountability too in this, right? And just not put everything on the medication itself. And I'm this is preaching to myself, you know. That's why I'm trying to stay focused on my regimen, staying physically active consistently, and making sure that I stick to the eating lifestyle regimen. And I recommend the same to you. You're going to, like I said, you're going to have varied results. You may have positive results one week. Maybe you slip backwards and you may have negative results the next week. I don't know. And catch up and correct whatever needs to be corrected and get back on track. And it's up and down with weight management, just in general, whether you are on a medication or not. It is really a mental thing, and you cannot negate that regardless. You are always going to mentally manage your weight. Be calorie cognizant for the rest. Well, let me not say you. I'm sorry, me. I know me. I'm always going to be calorie cognizant. I'm always going to be just cognizant of my weight and what I'm putting in my body. I don't want to go back to where I was, and I vowed to never ever be that ever again, because it's not a healthy state for me. It's not a healthy state for anyone. So I'm going to do what it takes, and I appreciate the tools that are being provided through modern medicine right now to help the obesity and overweight community and the diabetic community, because it's really needed. But remember that don't solely just depend on it, because life happens, shortages occur, insurance issues occur, all types of stuff. So just remember to try to stay focused on the regimen itself that also includes the other lifestyle factors. Don't forget those factors, because if the medication is not there, those factors can still help put you in a suppressive appetite state with the protein and the fiber and exercise, and you can still have the appetite suppression, and then you can still shed the weight. But another factor in there is willpower. That's not, you know, provided by the medication. That's not uplifted. That's not supported by that medication because you're not on it. So any event that you're in that situation, you still have to be able to use your willpower. So I'm encouraging you to still stick on your journey and just on your life of weight management, because I'm going to be managing my weight for the rest of my life. This is just what it is. But specifically, I'm trying to get off 40 pounds. So I'm really trying to be OCD, which that's just my personality anyway. Aries, I am really OCD with this, with systems. I'm systematic, so I can follow a routine, even if I go backwards. And I can eventually get back on it, but I can follow a routine. So I'm going to stick to this and ride, you know, ride the waves and appreciate this medication, and then just, you know, hope that it is still available every time I need, you know, to refill without any issues, okay, that's going around right now, such as shortages and stuff. Well, such as alleged shortages. I didn't see Zepbound on the shortage list, but there's talk about Zepbound also being on the shortage list along with Manjaro. But that is, to me, it has not, I don't think that has been confirmed. I didn't physically confirm it myself, but that's the talk that's going around. But regardless of that, you still do what you got to do. Be real to you guys. Stay hard on your journey. And I'm going to get at y'all the next video.